The truth about bread, 5 best and worst types for diabetics. Bread, soft, warm, and oh so satisfying, might just be the ultimate comfort food. But for diabetics, it can feel like the enemy lurking on every table. Here's the kicker. Not all bread is created equal, and some types are silently wreaking havoc on your blood sugar. Shocking, right? You've probably been told to avoid bread altogether, but what if I told you there's a way to enjoy it without sabotaging your health? Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me. Here's the deal. Some breads are secret weapons for managing glucose levels, while others are sugar bombs disguised as innocent slices. Knowing the difference can transform your meals and your health. Imagine savoring a slice of bread that not only satisfies your cravings, but also aligns with your goals. Yes, it's possible, and I'm here to show you how. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the bread aisle to reveal the best and worst options for diabetics. From nutrient-packed loaves that stabilize blood sugar to sneaky imposters that send glucose levels skyrocketing, you'll learn exactly what to choose and what to avoid. No more guesswork, no more confusion, just clear, actionable advice. But here's a little spoiler. Some breads you think are healthy might actually be doing more harm than good. Curious? Good. You should be. Because by the end of this, you'll be armed with the knowledge to make smarter choices that support your health without sacrificing taste. So, ready to break free from the bread myths and discover the truth? Let's dive in and revolutionize the way you think about this pantry staple. Best types of bread for diabetics. Whole grain bread. Whole grain bread is a hero for anyone aiming to keep their blood sugar in check, especially diabetics. Unlike refined breads, it's made from grains that retain their bran and germ, key parts packed with nutrients. These fibers and complex carbs help slow digestion, making it one of the top foods to reduce blood sugar. For breakfast, try a slice topped with scrambled eggs and spinach for a nutrient-rich start. It's a small step toward a diet to lower A1C that feels like anything but a sacrifice. The secret lies in its low glycemic index. Whole grain bread releases sugar slowly into the bloodstream, preventing spikes and crashes. This makes it a standout among superfoods for diabetes. When shopping, keep an eye out for breads labeled 100% whole grain or whole wheat, and don't be fooled by fancy packaging that screams healthy without the facts to back it up. Trust me, your blood sugar will thank you. Not only is whole grain bread a lifesaver for glucose control, but it's also packed with antioxidants and minerals. These nutrients are especially beneficial for diabetics looking to improve overall health. Foods that deliver both glucose management and essential nutrients are rare, and this bread does it all. Imagine pairing it with a hearty lentil soup for dinner. Delicious, satisfying, and one of the best foods for diabetics. Whole grain bread also works wonders for those moments when you're craving comfort food. Toast it, layer it with nut butter, and sprinkle a dash of cinnamon. This combo is not just tasty, but also aligns perfectly with the idea of foods that lower blood sugar. The key is creativity, make it enjoyable, and it won't feel like you're on a restrictive diet. But wait, bread lovers, there's more. While whole grain bread is an all-star, another contender is waiting in the wings. Sourdough bread, with its unique fermentation process, might just surprise you as another option for maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. Let's dig into that next. Sourdough bread. Sourdough bread isn't just trendy, it's a smart choice for managing blood sugar. Thanks to its fermentation process, sourdough has a lower glycemic index than many other breads. This means it's digested more slowly, helping to prevent those sudden glucose spikes. For diabetics seeking foods to control blood sugar, sourdough offers a delicious alternative to typical options. Picture a warm slice topped with a poached egg and a sprinkle of chives, comfort food that's also on your side. What makes sourdough unique is its natural starter, a mix of wild yeast and bacteria that gives it that tangy flavor. This process not only enhances taste, but also improves nutrient absorption. It's a hidden gem among superfoods for diabetes because it helps the body process carbs more efficiently. Just make sure you're choosing authentic sourdough made with minimal ingredients. No sneaky additives allowed. Sourdough is also packed with prebiotics, which are excellent for gut health. And let's face it, a happy gut can make all the difference when managing diabetes. Pair it with some high-protein toppings like turkey slices or hummus, and you've got a snack that aligns perfectly with a diet to lower A1C. It's proof that healthy eating can still feel indulgent. If you're worried about fitting bread into your routine, sourdough might be the answer. It freezes well, toasts beautifully, and pairs with nearly anything, from hearty stews to simple avocado spreads. These versatile qualities make it one of the best foods for diabetics when prepared thoughtfully. Curious about other healthy bread options? Sourdough is just the tip of the iceberg. Rye bread, with its dense texture and bold flavor, offers yet another intriguing choice for those focusing on foods that lower blood sugar. Stay tuned for why it deserves a spot on your plate. Rye bread. Rye bread is a powerhouse for blood sugar control, offering a dense, flavorful option that's perfect for diabetics. Made from rye grains, it's naturally higher in fiber and lower on the glycemic index compared to white bread. This means it helps slow glucose absorption, making it one of the foods that lower your blood sugar. Imagine a rye sandwich stuffed with smoked salmon, cream cheese, and fresh dill. It's indulgent, yet aligned with your goals. What sets rye bread apart is its ability to keep you feeling fuller for longer. Thanks to its high fiber content, it reduces post-meal hunger and helps prevent those pesky sugar cravings. For anyone on a diet to lower A1C, rye bread becomes a valuable ally. Pair it with hearty soups or top it with your favorite low-sugar spreads for an easy, diabetes-friendly meal. The beauty of rye bread lies in its simplicity. Traditional recipes avoid overly processed ingredients, making it a natural fit for anyone seeking superfoods for diabetes. If you're shopping for rye, look for options labeled 100% rye or whole grain rye. Be wary of products that mix refined flours. These won't provide the same blood sugar benefits. Rye bread is also rich in lignans, a type of antioxidant that promotes heart health, another bonus for diabetics. Including rye in your rotation can enhance your overall health while keeping blood sugar levels stable. Whether you're toasting it for breakfast or using it as a base for savory open-faced sandwiches, it's one of the best foods for diabetics that also satisfies your taste buds. But let's not stop here. There's one more bread that's truly unique in its nutritional profile: sprouted grain bread. With its germinated grains, it offers a whole new level of health benefits. Let's explore how this next option can elevate your meals. Sprouted grain bread. Sprouted grain bread takes nutrition to the next level, making it an excellent choice for diabetics. Made from grains that have begun to germinate, it's easier to digest and has a lower glycemic index than regular bread. This means it's one of the top foods to reduce blood sugar. For breakfast, try a slice topped with almond butter and banana slices. It's simple, tasty, and diabetes-friendly. What makes sprouted grain bread so special is its nutrient density. Germination breaks down the starch in grains, increasing their nutrient availability and fiber content. This makes it a standout among superfoods for diabetes. Look for brands like Ezekiel bread, which is widely praised for its whole, sprouted ingredients. Trust me, your blood sugar levels will appreciate the switch. Another perk of sprouted grain bread is its high protein content, which helps with satiety and muscle maintenance. Pair it with a protein-packed topping, like grilled chicken, or a boiled egg for a meal that aligns perfectly with a diet to lower A1C. It's proof that you don't have to sacrifice flavor for health. Sprouted grain bread is also versatile enough to use in various recipes. From sandwich wraps to croutons for salads, it integrates seamlessly into your meals. These grains not only aid in glucose control, but also deliver essential vitamins and minerals, making them one of the best foods for diabetics. Plus, their nutty flavor adds an extra layer of deliciousness to your plate. As you enjoy the benefits of sprouted grain bread, you might wonder about low-carb bread options. Could they offer even greater control over blood sugar? Let's dive into the possibilities and see how they compare. Low-carb bread. Low-carb bread is a dream come true for diabetics looking to manage blood sugar levels without giving up on bread entirely. Designed to contain fewer carbohydrates, this bread minimizes the risk of glucose spikes, making it a top contender among foods to control blood sugar. A low-carb breakfast idea? Toast a slice and top it with cream cheese and fresh cucumber for a refreshing, guilt-free start to your day. What makes low-carb bread so appealing is its adaptability. Often made with almond flour, coconut flour, or other low-carb ingredients, it's perfect for those following a diet to lower A1C. These breads often pack extra protein and healthy fats, making them a double win for diabetics. Brands like Base Culture or Thin Slim Foods are great options to explore if you're ready to experiment. Low-carb bread doesn't have to feel like a compromise. Its light texture and mild flavor make it an excellent base for your favorite toppings, from avocado slices to turkey breast. Plus, its low glycemic impact means you can enjoy it as part of your regular meals without worrying about spikes. It's a quick way to enjoy foods that lower blood sugar without ditching your favorite carbs. For those who love to bake, making your own low-carb bread at home can be a rewarding experience. Using ingredients like flaxseed meal or psyllium husk, you can create a customized loaf that suits your taste and nutritional needs. This hands-on approach allows you to control every ingredient, ensuring your bread aligns with your goals for superfoods for diabetes. As versatile and healthful as low-carb bread can be, not all breads are created equal. Some can actually work against your blood sugar goals. Let's explore the types of bread you'll want to avoid, starting with white bread. Worst types of bread for diabetics. White bread. White bread may be a staple in many households, but for diabetics, it's one to approach with caution. Made from refined flour stripped of its fiber and nutrients, it causes rapid spikes in blood sugar. It's the polar opposite of the foods to control blood sugar you should be prioritizing. Imagine eating a sandwich and feeling hungry an hour later. White bread does little to keep you satisfied. What makes white bread problematic is its high glycemic index. This means it's digested quickly, causing a sharp rise and fall in glucose levels. For anyone striving to follow a diet to lower A1C, white bread is a major red flag. Even when labeled as enriched, it doesn't hold a candle to whole grain or sprouted options in terms of nutrition. It's not just the blood sugar spikes you need to worry about. White bread lacks the antioxidants and nutrients that benefit overall health. Choosing healthier alternatives like rye or low-carb bread is a smarter way to align with superfoods for diabetes. If you're craving a similar texture, try almond flour bread. It's a game changer. Now let's be honest, white bread can be tempting. It's everywhere, from burger buns to sandwich loaves. The key is to either skip it altogether or find whole grain substitutes. Small swaps like this can turn your meals into opportunities to enjoy foods that lower your blood sugar rather than harm it. But white bread isn't the only culprit. Sweetened breads, often loaded with sugar, take the issue to another level. Let's uncover why these should be on your avoid at all costs list. Sweetened bread. Sweetened bread might look appealing with its golden crust and soft texture, but for diabetics, it's a hidden sugar trap. Often loaded with added sugars, honey, or syrups, these breads can wreak havoc on blood sugar levels. They're far from the foods to control blood sugar that your diet needs. Think of cinnamon raisin bread or brioche. Delicious, sure, but they're the kind of indulgence your glucose monitor won't forgive. The problem with sweetened bread lies in its deceptive nature. It's easy to overlook the sugar content when it's masked by a wholesome-looking label. Yet, a single slice can send your blood sugar soaring, making it incompatible with a diet to lower A1C. Instead, opt for naturally sweet alternatives like whole grain bread with a spread of almond butter and a sprinkle of cinnamon. For those managing diabetes, the goal is to avoid unnecessary sugar wherever possible. Sweetened bread not only spikes glucose levels, but also adds empty calories. Choosing nutrient-dense superfoods for diabetes over these sugar-laden options is a small but impactful step. Imagine replacing a sugary breakfast pastry with sprouted grain toast and fresh berries. It's a swap your body will thank you for. What's even trickier is that sweetened bread often sneaks into unsuspecting places, like flavored sandwich rolls or artisan loaves. Reading labels is your best defense against these sugar bombs. Look for bread with less than 3 grams of sugar per serving to align with foods that lower blood sugar. Sweetened bread is just one type to be cautious of. Next, let's take a closer look at gluten-free breads made with refined flours. Are they as healthy as they seem? Not always. Stay tuned to learn why. Gluten-free bread. Gluten-free bread might sound like the epitome of health, but not all options are created equal, especially those made with refined flours. These breads often lack the fiber and nutrients needed to stabilize blood sugar, making them far from ideal foods to control blood sugar. Many gluten-free breads rely on rice flour or tapioca starch, both of which can cause a quick glucose spike. If you're gluten sensitive, there are better ways to enjoy bread while managing diabetes. The key issue with refined gluten-free breads is their glycemic index. These flours are digested rapidly, leading to that dreaded sugar roller coaster. For diabetics seeking a diet to lower A1C, this can be a serious drawback. Instead, opt for gluten-free breads made with nutrient-rich flours like almond, coconut, or chickpea flour. Brands like Simple Mills or Mikey's offer options that tick all the right boxes. Choosing gluten-free bread doesn't have to mean sacrificing taste or health. Look for options fortified with seeds or whole grains to add fiber and protein. For example, a slice of gluten-free flaxseed bread topped with hummus and cherry tomatoes can be both delicious and diabetes-friendly. These small changes align your meals with superfoods for diabetes and keep your blood sugar steady. If you're a fan of baking, making your own gluten-free bread is another fantastic option. Using ingredients like quinoa flour or teff, you can create a loaf that's nutrient-dense and satisfying. This hands-on approach ensures that your bread becomes one of the foods to lower your blood sugar, rather than something that derails your efforts. Now that we've explored gluten-free bread, it's time to address an even sneakier culprit: flavored or filled bread. These enticing options often come with hidden sugars and fats that can sabotage your progress. Let's uncover their secrets next. Flavored or filled bread. Flavored or filled bread may look irresistible, but they often come with a hefty price: hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. From chocolate chip loaves to cheesy filled rolls, these options are far from the foods that lower your blood sugar. A single bite might satisfy a craving, but it could also cause a blood sugar spike that leaves you regretting it later. For diabetics, these breads are better left on the shelf. The problem isn't just the added sugar, it's the combination of refined carbs and calorie-dense fillings. Whether it's a sugary cinnamon swirl or a buttery garlic bread, these choices can derail even the most disciplined diet to lower A1C. If you're craving something flavorful, try a healthier alternative like sprouted grain bread with a thin layer of nut butter and a sprinkle of cocoa powder. It's a delicious compromise without the blood sugar chaos. Flavored breads also tend to be ultra-processed, which strips them of any real nutritional value. For those aiming to incorporate superfoods for diabetes, these options simply don't make the cut. Instead, add flavor to your bread naturally. Think fresh herbs, garlic-infused olive oil, or even a touch of cinnamon. It's an easy way to elevate your meals without compromising your health. Another sneaky aspect of flavored or filled bread is the serving size. A small roll might not seem like much, but it's often packed with more sugar and fat than you'd expect. Reading labels is crucial here, as is portion control. When in doubt, skip the flavored bread altogether and stick with simpler, nutrient-rich options that align with foods to control blood sugar. As tempting as flavored bread can be, it pales in comparison to the dangers of ultra-processed bread. Let's dive into why these heavily industrialized options should be avoided at all costs. Ultra-processed bread. Ultra-processed bread is the ultimate no-go for diabetics. Packed with preservatives, artificial flavors, and refined ingredients, these breads are designed for shelf life, not health. They offer little to no nutritional value and are miles away from the foods to reduce blood sugar you need. Think of mass-produced white loaves or pre-packaged sandwich rolls. They might be convenient, but they're far from diabetic-friendly. What makes ultra-processed breads so harmful is the lack of fiber and the high glycemic index. These breads are often stripped of their natural nutrients and pumped with additives that can trigger rapid glucose spikes. For anyone following a diet to lower A1C, these options are a disaster waiting to happen. Instead, look for minimally processed alternatives that use whole grains and natural ingredients. The hidden sugars in ultra-processed bread are another major issue. From dextrose to high-fructose corn syrup, these additives turn a seemingly innocent slice of bread into a blood sugar bomb. Choosing superfoods for diabetes like sprouted or rye bread is a much better strategy. Pair these wholesome options with healthy fats like avocado or olive oil for a meal that stabilizes your blood sugar. Ultra-processed bread doesn't just impact your glucose levels, it can also affect your long-term health. Studies link highly processed foods to chronic conditions like heart disease and obesity, both of which are risks for diabetics. Sticking to breads made with simple, whole ingredients is a way to prioritize not just your blood sugar but your overall well-being. After exploring all the best and worst types of bread, you're probably wondering, how do you bring all this knowledge together to make better choices? Let's get into that in the next section. So, here's the big question. Are you ready to take control of your bread choices and, ultimately, your health? It's time to ditch the habits that hold you back and embrace smarter options. Imagine waking up each day knowing that even the smallest decisions, like picking the right bread, are helping you manage your blood sugar and live a healthier life. That's the power of informed choices. Now let's get real. What's stopping you from making the switch? Is it habit, convenience, or just not knowing where to start? Whatever it is, you've got the knowledge now, and with that comes the responsibility to act. Start by swapping out those high-sugar, ultra-processed options for wholesome, nutrient-packed breads that align with your goals. Your body will thank you, trust me. Here's a challenge for you. Head to your pantry and take a good hard look at the breads you're keeping. Are they helping you or holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about the changes you're making. And hey, if you've got a favorite healthy bread, let us know. Let's build a community of smart, supportive choices together. If you found this video helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this knowledge too. And before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got so much more to explore when it comes to living your best, healthiest life. Let's keep learning, growing, and making those life-changing decisions, one slice at a time.